everything that is a manifestation externally is a direct correlation of the inner workings, the internal landscape, the internal infrastructure that you've cultivated, that you're working through, or the wars that you are currently fighting within. And I think the more that we individually tend to the internal gardens that we've either neglected or that we are healing from or kind of nurturing, how collectively we could be of service to the world. I think about that a lot because of the fact that as I'm getting older and I'm meeting people, I'm realizing that age is not always the indicator of somebody's position in life in their moment. Somebody can be 20 years old but have the soul of a 60-year-old, or vice versa. Somebody can be older but still have maybe more of the younger kind of tender internal garden because they just haven't done that internal work. I don't want to say one is a bad or a good thing. I just think it's important to acknowledge that everything is internal. Everything, every catalyst, or every kind of aspect of life catalyzes from the internal landscape, the internal garden that all of us have. And so I want to discuss that today. I wanted to discuss how imperative, how important it is for all of us, myself included, to tend to our internal gardens. I said this in a previous video that I filmed, but I think I'm gonna be referring to this point because I think it's so imperative that we know that life and a realization of life is that life will show you who you are and what and who you are avoiding. And the thing that you may be avoiding is yourself. You may literally be avoiding yourself and doing everything in your power. You may be distracting yourself, substance, whatever, doing anything, doing the whole roundabouts just to get away from yourself. And it will show, right? The fruits of that labor of neglect, of negligence, of avoidance will manifest in some way, in some pocket. I can't give a concrete example because it's individualized and it adapts based on scenario circumstances. But in theory, that applies to everything in life, right? Whatever is within will manifest externally. Health, for example. Whatever you nourish your body with will manifest itself externally, right? Water consumption will manifest itself in your skin and, your hydration, whether you are pale, like you faint, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I was young, man, I would just like to play basketball but don't, I would get to points where I would drink water, and I remember I used to like faint. I used to remember that because I used to just love to hoop, but I never replenished myself. And it's critical, so critical to replenish the soul, to think about the soul, to ask the soul questions, uncomfortable questions. What is the work you haven't done? How are the things that maybe that you don't even know your soul ties are connected to? How is that impacting your movements? Maybe that's a generational thing, a family, a lineage thing that you haven't unpacked, that they haven't unpacked, that now you have to do the work. And it takes time. It's not a comfortable process. Whatever problems, issues, traumas, guilt, survivor's conscious, whatever, all of that takes time to maneuver through. But it's imperative that you daily Do that work in increments. Don't overwhelm yourself to the point where you regress into stagnancy, but do it in the point where you are actively thinking about feeding your soul, nourishment for your soul, advancement of your soul, evolution of your soul. Everything is internal. You decide what you see in the mirror. The mirror is the mirror, but you decide what you see when you look in the mirror.